Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Max's Perspective podcast. I hope you're doing well. Today, I am going to be talking about trains because the question I've been asked is, what do you think of the trains in Taiwan or the train systems? So in Taiwan, you have the TRA, which is like the main national Taiwan railway, TRA. Those are the local train, like the trains that go around the country. Then you have the MRT. So obviously Taipei has an MRT, Kaohsiung has an MRT, and recently Taichung just opened an MRT. I'm not sure if other cities have it. And of course you have your famous high-speed rail, the HSR. Okay, so I'm going to go talk about each of those coming up. But before I do that, I just want to give you my background with trains. So I'm from South Africa, and in South Africa, there is no trains, really. So when I grew up, there was very little transport by trains, and nowadays I think there's absolutely nothing. No cities have MRTs. There's no local rail to travel from country to country or town to town. There used to be, but unfortunately that's all collapsed. It's very sad. The one thing they have is kind of like a high-speed rail. It's in the main city, Joburg, and it links to the airports and a couple other places. That is a very modern railway. That's our only modern railway, and it's very small. I've never been on it, but I think it's quite useful to people that live in the city and businessmen there. So the point is, in South Africa, there's not much trains going on. However, I have lived in England, and I have traveled to many other countries in the world. I've used their trains. So England is very famous for its trains. I think the country basically relies on trains to function. The trains went, I don't know what England would do. So yeah, their trains are really good. I'm sure you know the Tube, and of course their national rail is excellent. And I've been on MRTs in many cities around the world, and I've been on high-speed rails around the world and trains around the world. So I do have quite a lot of experience. Plus, I actually really love trains. I enjoy trains. I think it's a great way to travel. Whenever I go to a country, I always try and use the trains a bit. I think it's a lovely way to see a country. But let's get back to the topic, which is how about trains in Taiwan? So overall, I just want to say I think trains in Taiwan are excellent and really impressive, and I think it's great. Let's go through each one. So first of all, there's the TRA. These trains, when I first came to Taiwan, I immediately started using the train. I didn't really know what else to do. So I was using the train to get to nearby cities and even like travel to Taipei. I live in Taichung. It's all I really knew. So I used the train, and I've used the train many times. I've even gone around Taiwan on a train. I've been, long distances to Taidong, Hualien many times, and I really enjoy it. I think the trains are pretty good. Like they're not, some of them are not very new. I think they could be upgraded a little bit. They're a little bit slow, some of them. Those like really local trains are very slow. And I do wish there was a few more seats, because it seems like if you travel on the weekend, like you're definitely going to stand, and that's horrible. I wish there was a bit more seats, and I think the booking of tickets could be a little bit better. I know there's a website, maybe an app, but it just seems like if you want to book a trip, you need to do it weeks before. So that's not very helpful. So therefore, I think lots of people take the bus in Taiwan because it's a little bit more perhaps comfortable and a little bit more efficient. Like the buses go like every 20 minutes or half an hour or something, there's a bus. But that's not so good. Having buses on the road is not a good thing. So, if more people would take the train, then that would be better. So I do believe that Taiwan should spend more or pay more attention to the trains, to the TRA, try to get more people on the trains, just traveling like short distances or city to city. It would be nice if trains were a bit more user-friendly. I think that is happening. I'm not sure, but there's room for improvements, but they are pretty good. And I've loved traveling on trains in Taiwan. If you travel to the East Coast, it's really fun. You get some fantastic views, and it's quite cozy and nice adventure. It's amazing seeing like rice fields and mountains and beaches outside your window. Really cool. Okay, let's move on. MRT. The MRT's systems in Taiwan are excellent. There's nothing to say about this. They're really good. They're one of the best. They're very affordable, very clean, very tidy, very orderly. Of all the MRT systems I've been on, Taiwan's is possibly the best or one of the best. So yeah, well done. That's all good. And finally, we have the high-speed rail, which is amazing, like amazingly quick, an amazing piece of engineering. Yeah, it's wonderful to have this in the country. Obviously, it's very like the most efficient way to travel in Taiwan. If you want to get from one city to another and money was not a problem and it's just time is the only objective, then yeah, you definitely want to take the high-speed rail, and it is a fantastic service. Of course, it is very expensive, so you can't do it all the time. And furthermore, the stations are quite hard to get to. I know they have shuttle services and things, so that's okay. But yeah, I wish that the stations weren't so far away. But that's all good. HSR is amazing. So yeah, overall, I just want to say I really think the train systems in Taiwan are great. And I also think one way to sort of judge a country is to look at their train systems, because it's such a old traditional sort of way of traveling. You can kind of measure like the country and get a good feel for the country, whether it's economics or culture or whatever, society things. So I hope everyone will travel more on trains, whether it's in your country or not. Well done for having a really good train system, and let's keep improving it. I hope to see that. And here's your question for today. Why do I say that I like to take trains when I go travel? Is it A, because taking trains is the fastest way to get around? Is it B, because trains are usually the cheapest? Is it C, because trains are actually the safest way to travel? Or is it D, because trains are the best way to see a country? All right, good luck. All right, everyone, thanks for listening, and I'll see you again soon.